Hi, my name is Eddie Sparks from Hermosa Beach Marketing, and this is my Man Minute, Business for Men Minute. And the last thing I did was tell you a little bit about the structure of business and how that affects you as a small business owner. And I made this video just because I'm sick of pussies telling you what to do with pointy shoes, because you don't want to be a pointy shoe pussy. You want to be a man that runs a business that can walk out whenever he wants, do whatever he wants, hang out with his friends. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the easiest of the three to comprehend. So your heads of your business are finance, marketing, and operations. So your job is operations. As the head of operations, your job is to make sure that things are running smoothly. But the problem is that most of the time you're doing reactive operations instead of proactive operations. So let me explain to you a little bit about how that works in the AC repair world. AC repair world, you hand the dude the job in the morning. The dude goes to the store or to the warehouse or to the shop and collects everything that he needs. And then he goes to the job. When he goes to the job, he learns he needs other stuff. Well, your job as head of operations is to make sure that doesn't happen, because he's going to have to leave that job again. And when he leaves that job, it's going to cost you more money, it's going to cost you more time, and it's going to make you look like a retard, along with your business name. So the way I see it, operations should run proactively. If you read an article a while back, the reason why Southwest can charge less for their operations is because they purchase their fuel in advance at a certain time of the year. You need to do that at the same time. When the manufacturers, I don't care if it's vehicles, I don't care if it's tooling, I don't care if it's gas, oil, I don't care if it's air conditioning, I don't care if it's parts. When your supplier comes out with a special, you need to take the time to consider how much money you're going to make if you purchase more in advance. And that's called proactive operations. And your job as operations, which I'll go into further because I'm going to go into management after this. I'm going to stay in operations for a while because you need to learn a little bit about business. Your job as the boss is to make sure that you're making dollars and cents moves, that you're making sure that you're purchasing things when it's cheap. I don't know if it's around Black Friday or what, so you need to save your money until you get around that time of year when things are starting to go on sale for your business, and your suppliers hand you that note and say, hey, we got a special on this, and you need to stock up on that in advance. Now, when your jobs are rolling out and you know you got jobs lined up, especially your monthlies, no matter what it is, you need to have all that stuff sectioned off for your people well before the day they got to do it. And you got to look at it and say what tools do you need, and you need to have that stuff written down in a list. And if you can, you need to touch base with the customer and get some pictures of what in the world's going on so they don't have to make 2 trips. That may also include having a runner. Runners are important, and runners stay in the warehouse and deliver things so people never leave. Because when they're in an attic, or when they're underneath the house, or when they're sitting around waiting, it's just money out of your pocket if they have to get distracted. Craftsmanship and work is a religious experience, and your job as the head of operations is to keep that religious experience going. It needs to go, it needs to flow from one side to the other, the flow of work, until completion. And there's 70-20-10 principle. 70% of the jobs will be done by anybody. Only a certain amount of people will go the extra 20% to get 90% of the job done. And then there's going to be a very small percentage of your staff that's going to go ahead and complete the job 100%, so they'll never have to come back. So your job as head of operations is to push that. You want to push it, and I'll give you some management tips on how to manage your employees in the next video, because I like operations and I think that you should keep your brain together and shut up and keep your ego in check, because you ain't the boss. You're just some guy who's a good planner, and that's why you're head of operations. You want to make money, you're planning in advance, and that's man business. You come home and you sit down and you watch some porno or you watch your favorite show and you just smile about how you're prepared every day and every week. And as that happens, your hair will grow back and you won't have as much gray hair as I do, because it won't take you 12 years to figure it out. And I don't care if you're 45 years old or 55 years old, you're a dum-dum until you start planning and start doing proactive operations. And we all know that's true, and Sparks is here to help you. So I'm here in Norway. I believe it's Flam, Norway, somewhere in the middle of the hills. I took some train and a bus and a train and a train to get in the middle of the heart of Norway, and I'd like to jump on one of these boats. But until then, your ass is in the office until you learn how to do a little bit more proactive operations and lead and help other people take that job from you and make mistakes next to you, and you make mistakes next to them, and you continue to listen, repeat, conquer, listen, repeat, conquer, and work your plan on how you're going to develop your own supply chain in advance for the products you need. When they go on sale, you need to stock up. And that's what head operations job is. Keep things running smoothly. If you have to have a runner, you have to, but that's the whole point of being proactive in your operations. And if anything I said makes any sense, great. It's been a wonderful morning. If not, then why don't you go listen to some branding video with a dum-dum riding a bike into the sunset, and you can grow up to be a fag just like that. Or you can grow up to be a man and think with your brain instead of having that messy ass desk. Have that messy ass desk for a reason. Get your shit together. My name is Eddie Sparks from Hermosa Beach Marketing. That was Man Minute from Business. Man's business perspective. Marketing for men, business for men. I don't know. Figure it out. Hopefully we have some bikinis on the show and we'll watch them do a horrible job at whatever they're going to do. Have a good one.
This is your Man Minute.